grief, and that was a drunk driver in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Wisconsin police say the motorist had a blood alcohol level that was 3 times the state's legal limit. 3 times the limit when this drunk driver missed a turn, drove into the grass, hopped a curb, and then smashed into 2 other vehicles. Police say that there were injuries on the scene, not only the drivers who were hit, but also the drunk driver. However, authorities say miraculously, nobody was killed. Police say that the drunk driver has been arrested for operating a vehicle while intoxicated. And so you're probably thinking, oh, okay, this guy's going away to jail for several months. He's going to have to pay a very hefty fine. And maybe not. And that's because Wisconsin has some of the most lenient drunk driving sentences in the United States. According to Wisconsin media and lawyers in the state, if this was the drunk driver's first offense, then he or she would just face a fine and perhaps be ordered by the courts to attend a drunk driving class. If this was the drunk driver's second offense, then he or she, well, they might lose their license for 6 months, but again, no jail time. If this was the third offense, then authorities in Wisconsin say, okay, then at that point, the drunk driver would be ordered to jail perhaps for as many as 30 to 60 days, and they would lose their license for a year. But that doesn't sound like very much for repeated drunk driving offenses, and it's not. And in my view, the first-time offenses in Wisconsin and across the United States should be much harsher. There should be a significant penalty for anybody who drunk drives and causes an accident and causes destruction and damage and injuries to other people. There has to be a clear message that this is never tolerated, never mind repeatedly tolerated. There's one other thing that our communities could be doing to try to make everything safer regarding drunk driving, and that is the technology now exists. The automotive manufacturers have this device now where they can put it in the car and require the driver to blow in and show that they are not intoxicated in order for their vehicle to start. Sometimes the courts will impose this device on drunk drivers in order for them to be able to get their license to drive again. There's nothing that would stop manufacturers now and communities now from demanding that these devices be put in the cars to begin with. And just like a seatbelt, if you don't have your seatbelt on, you get this annoying beeping sound. Well, the same thing could exist in terms of these devices that could essentially be attached to your keys, a type of key fob so that you have to prove you are not drunk, you are not under the influence in order for your car to start. That would be a safety measure on the front end that would help all of us. Finally, this video from Wisconsin, which was apparently recorded by a surveillance camera at a nearby business, it has sparked something of a debate, never mind over drunk driving consequences, but also over the alertness or lack of alertness over the other drivers. If you slow the video down and you pay close attention, it appears that a couple vehicles are able to sort of move out of the way or move forward, but there are 2 drivers that do not, including one who clearly has some space in front of him or her. And there's some speculation online that perhaps this driver was texting or not paying attention. I'm not sure it's so clear. In fact, I don't think it's clear at all what that driver was doing, and he or she may have just been sort of surprised and not paying very close attention to what was happening on the periphery. But this underscores something, and that is you should never be texting while you're driving, and also be very careful if you spend too much time, say, fidgeting with the radio or doing something other than paying attention to your surroundings. You could be in some trouble. There are a lot of crazy drivers out there. There are a lot of people who are intoxicated or not paying attention or simply bad drivers. Accidents are at record levels. And to the extent that we're not paying attention to other people, we are setting ourselves up for possible dangers and possible injuries to ourselves. So pay attention, beware of the drunk drivers who are out there. Thank goodness there are surveillance cameras to remind all of us of our responsibilities and our obligations to ourselves and to everybody else when we get behind the wheel. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section.